You remember being a kid, right? Did you ever think you could be a movie or TV star? Okay, maybe a YouTube star? But 100 years ago, there was no YouTube, or an internet for that matter. Back then, what you could do was go outside and play with your friends, or if you had some spare change, you would go to a theater and watch silent films. That's right, that was social media back then. In 1921, silent film producer Hal Roach was working in his office when he looked out of his window and saw a bunch of kids playing and arguing over a stick. He was hit with a brilliant idea. How about a series with kids just acting like kids? Well, maybe brilliant isn't the right word, but unique is, and that is exactly what this was. He began work on a new kids series called Hal Roach's Rascals. The first pilot film was titled Our Gang. He took the short to several theaters in Hollywood and received very positive feedback. Next thing you know, he had a hit. But who were his rascals? The first cast were mostly child actors recommended by studio employees, except for Ernest Morrison, otherwise known as Sunshine, who was already under contract with the Hal Roach Studios. Ernie became the first actor to play in the Hal Roach Rascals and was the first black actor to be signed to a long-term studio contract. He was paid $225 a week for his appearances in the silent comedy shorts, which was a ton of money back then. Little Ernie left the series in 1925 when Roach refused to give him a raise. Call it greed or call it cheap. Either way, Hal had to find someone new to lead the Rascals. Most of the early silent film shorts were shot outdoors and on location, and featured animal characters like Dinah the Mule. The biggest stars at the time were Sunshine Sammy Morrison, Mickey Daniels, Mary Cornman, and Alan Hoskins as Farina. Farina eventually became the most popular member of the 1920s gang and the most popular black child star of the 1920s, even more so than Sunshine Morrison. Lucky for Roach. In 1929, with a film called Small Talk, our gang comedies were now entering the talking era of motion pictures.
How do you do, Mrs. Brown? I came for my little boy. Is he ready?
Just a moment. They're just finishing dinner. I'll call him. Mary, is Weezer ready?
Yes. Goodbye, Weezer. I'll see you again sometime. Hey, cut that out. I don't like it. Goodbye, Weezer. Goodbye.
Oh, there he is. Oh, darling, come here. Oh, my sweet boy. He's my own son now.
As the original cast members grew older, they had to be replaced by a younger crew. Thus, new members were added with the arrival of Matthew Stymie Beard and Jackie Cooper. Cooper, in particular, added a real spark of personality during the 2 years that he was with the gang. He was featured in several episodes centering around his infatuation with the new schoolteacher, Miss Crabtree, played by June Marlowe Cooper.
Thanks for the lift, lady. You're quite welcome, Jackie, dear.
Gee, you're pretty. You're almost as pretty as Miss McGillicuddy. All except in your nose. Gee, I wish you was a teacher. We like you almost as much as Miss McGillicuddy.
Even with my nose?
A year later, in 1930, background music was added to the shorts, and the jazz-inspired songs written by music directors Marvin Hadley and Leroy Shield quickly became unmistakable hallmarks of the Our Gang films. 1931 also saw the addition of the most famous member of the gang, George Spanky McFarland. Spanky ended up with the gang for the next 11 years. Young Spanky was the star of one of the funniest shorts ever produced on the series, but is also considered one of the most racist, The Kid from Borneo. It featured Spanky mistaking the tribally attired Bumble, the wild man from Borneo, as his Uncle George. Nobody said Spanky was smart. The short was later pulled from the television syndication package because of its racial humor and negative treatment of the handicapped. But for those with curious natures, it can still be seen today on DVD. We'd like to know what you think. Was it worth giving up their childhoods for entertainment? Did the Little Rascals deserve the life they had? Let us know in the comments section below. Before you log off, please give our video a like and subscribe to Sparky427 if you haven't already. And click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content. Our Gang, also known as the Little Rascals, remastered, uncut, and beautifully restored, now on Blu-ray.
Pop's gonna be in charge of shipping clerks.
Shipping clerk?
Yep.
We're gonna ship, huh?
Ship who?
The clerk.
You gonna start asking a lot of silly questions again?
Well, he's only asking. You should try to explain to him.
Yeah, you explain to him what a shipping clerk is.
In the shop where Daddy ships, they ship the shops to the shop thing. Click.
Our Gang series showcasing lovable kids was among the studio's biggest successes in the new era of sound. Spanky, Alfalfa, Darla, Buckwheat, Stymie, Porky, and all the rest. Remember, these are not the same versions you saw growing up. These are the full uncut shorts as seen originally in Blu-ray quality. Order now.